All right, ladies and gents, for those of you who celebrate Thanksgiving, I hope you enjoyed yourself with your family, your peoples. Hope you ate well, right? Let me plug the joint. Women avoid men they can't manipulate emotionally. Let me say that shit again. Women avoid men they cannot manipulate emotionally. And you guys to understand that. And here's the reality of it, right? For women to get what they want, need, and desire from men, they have to do a lot of manipulation most of the time, right? And that's not always a bad thing, right? And I said this about manipulation. There's really two types of manipulation. There's clever manipulation, then you have the more nefarious, the deceitful, right? Basically lying, right? Two types, right? So this is what I mean by that. I'll give you a prime example of the difference. So let's say you meet a woman and she tells you she's practicing abstinence. Number one, whether she's practicing abstinence or not, that's manipulation, right? It's manipulation. Let me tell you why. I'm going to explain to you why. Anytime a woman says anything along the lines, I'm a virgin, I'm practicing abstinence, I don't get down like that, I used to do this. What she's really trying to do, she's trying to control the sexual narrative as far as how she expects you to see her. So if she can get you to buy into what she's telling you and she can control the sexual narrative, then your behaviors will align with that. Meaning you won't try and pursue sex. You will back off and you will date her or at least give her the attention of the type of, the type of attention that a guy would if you're taking a slow dating a woman, right? That's why women tell you that shit. Whether dropping shit, whether they're lying or not. It doesn't matter whether they're lying or not. They're still trying to control the sexual narrative, and that's manipulation. Now, if they're lying, then that's deceitful manipulation, right? And what I mean by that is this: anytime a woman is attempting to withhold sex from you while at the same time giving you the impression that she really don't have sex like that, while she's actively having sex with at least one other man, maybe more, whether you know about it or not, that's very, very deceitful, right? Because basically she's trying to make you wait while actively fucking other dudes. Now, here's the thing: a lot of you guys that deal with women, you're dealing with women that are having sex with other men while you're talking on the phone with them for hours, spending hours with them on a date, right? Messaging them back and forth on dating apps. All of this fucking non-sexual time you're spending dealing with this woman while she's getting dicked down by somebody else. I don't understand why guys do that shit. Yeah, I always thought that was some sucker shit. Like for real. I used to always tell some of my partners that, say, man, bro, why you taking your time with that chick like she the last woman on the planet? You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, I'm like, do you know there's other dudes getting at her all the time? But why you taking your time, trying to romance this chick, saying she's swallowing nut, bro. But what are you doing? Right? And guys like, she different. Nah, bro, don't believe that. But anyway, let me get back to this. Women avoid men they can't manipulate emotionally. I did a community post on YouTube, and I also posted a joint to Facebook. And this is what I said right here. Many women don't want the man who turns them on the fastest to be the man who has emotional power over them. Okay, let that sink in before I get off into this. Many women don't want the man who turns them on the fastest to be the man who has emotional power over them. For years now, okay, I've been talking about dating dynamics, right? The power dynamics within dating. I've been talking about influence. I've been talking about leverage. I've been talking about how there's a tug of war between men and women. There's a tug of war, and the tug of war is over control and leverage, right? And the reason why that tug of war exists is because there's been so much lying and manipulation going on that guys are dating playing defense, women are playing dating playing defense in many cases, right? So everyone is trying to get a foothold, right? So that way they can minimize getting used while trying to maximize getting what they can out of it. That's how many people date. And it's fucked up that people date that way. That's why you're miserable because you're always trying to get the upper hand and one up people, right? And that's how most people date, whether they know it or not, right? Now, again, many women don't want the man who turns them on the fastest to be the man who has emotional power over them. Why? Why is that? Right here, right there, right there. Many women prefer a presentation of submission, not the practice of it. If you really, really pay attention to what's going on in society, marriages, relationships, dating, this is what you have. You have a lot of women who prefer a presentation of submission, not the practice of it. I want you guys to think about all the interactions you have with women where you've been challenged or you suggested something and a woman said, I don't know about that. How about this? Every time, every time that's happened, every time, right? Even if a woman is down to have sex with you. Now, and here's the key. See, guys think because a woman is having sex with you, that implies she's submissive. And what you don't understand, women submit their bodies like nothing. What women do not readily do is submit their mind. Here's a fact. I would say 95, 98% of the men women date, they never submit their mind to. Quote me on that shit. 90 something percent. I don't know the percentage exactly, but I'm willing to bet everything I own that women, by and large, no matter what race, no matter what tax bracket, culture, religion, no matter what, I'm willing to bet that the majority in the 90 percentile of the men they date, fuck, deal with, whatever, they never mentally submit to. They might submit their bodies, but they don't submit their minds, right? Many women prefer a presentation of submission, not the practice of it. And how do you know this? How do you know this to be true? How do you know this to be true? Right? Look at all these guys in relationships. What do many of them have to do to have the relationship with the woman? They have to compromise. They have to make sacrifices to be with the woman. Here's the thing. When a woman truly submits, she's making all the compromises. Most women don't want to do that shit. And I'll give you some more game. Now, I'm gonna put women in three categories. Now, you can have a woman that is completely submissive. You can have that. But the majority of men in the world will never, ever, and that's probably 90 something percent too, of men will never, ever have a woman or any women that's completely submissive. That's rare, right? Meaning that when I say it's rare, meaning as a guy, most guys, the average guy will never encounter it, right? Now, also, that's one category, right? The other category is where the woman is leading, right? The woman is the one leading, right? That's one category. The third category is where you're leading, right? So imagine, so either you have your hand on the wheel, you, the man, you have your hand on the wheel, and a woman is just there, right? Following you, boom. Or she has her hand on the wheel and you're following her. Now, most people are probably going to be in this situation right here where you have your hand on a wheel, but the woman is a backseat driver. And every now and again, When you trying to turn right, she gonna say turn left. I'm just letting you know. Most situations are just like that because women, for the most part, want to maintain some semblance of control. And the reason why, one major reason, there's a couple reasons, but there's one major reason why women want to maintain some semblance of control. And it's simply this: they don't trust men with their emotional well being or safety, period. That's why they want some semblance of control so they can feel like they can watch their blind side with any man, even when they are showing that they're highly cooperative. There's always a little something because they want to. They might not have their hand on the wheel, but hey, you're going too fast. Hey, turn right instead of left. Hey, you missed the exit. They want to be able to do that shit, which is why you have to have game and you can't let them. You can't let them even do that. You can't let them backseat drive. Shut up. Be quiet. I got this. Can't let them do it. Women avoid men they can't manipulate emotionally. Because here's the thing. Once a woman realizes she cannot manipulate you emotionally, she has to either not fuck with you at all or she has to completely submit. Period. There's no other option. Once a woman realizes she cannot emotionally manipulate a man, meaning she can't use her beauty to do it, she can't use kind words and compliments to do it, whether it's talking about sex or how much she loves you and all that shit or how great of a man. Because see, all of that shit is designed to get you motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? But that's a whole other story. But once a woman realizes she ain't got nothing for you. She can't say nothing to manipulate you. She can't suck your dick enough. She can't fuck you enough. She can't cook you enough meals. She can't take you out on enough dates where she paying. None of that shit can move you. When women realize nothing can move you to get you to go in a direction they want you to go in, they either got to stop fucking with you altogether or they got to completely submit to you, period. And most guys don't have that intestinal fortitude. Most guys don't have that leadership. Most guys don't have that I can't even talk, steadfastness. Most guys don't have game. When we talk about dealing with women strictly on your terms, that's where you say not only will you not have your hand on the wheel, but while you're in the passenger seat, you're not going to be saying nothing about turn here or turn there. I got this all the way, 100%. Let me quarterback this. I got this. But it's a lot of trust. And I talked about deference, humble submission and respect. For a woman to defer to you, there's a lot of trust. But here's the key though. When we talk about women avoid men they can't emotionally manipulate or they can't manipulate emotionally. When we talk about women submitting, it cannot be simply sexual attraction. It can't be just that. See, guys think, oh, all I gotta do is be cute, be sexually appealing, and fuck her good, and she's gonna submit. Yeah, her body. That's all she's submitting is her body. Right? See, this is what guys don't understand. Just because a woman is sexually attracted to you doesn't mean her opinion of you won't change. Just like that. Just like that. Just like that. And I've said this about sexual attraction. The more sexually attracted a woman is to you, because there's levels of attraction, the more sexually attracted a woman is to you, the more influence you will have in that precise moment in time. In many cases, you will have no greater influence than right then and there. So what I mean by that is this: if you know a woman is feeling you sexually and she's about that, and it's pretty early on in your interaction, even if it's like instantaneous, if it's damn near as soon as you said hello, you guys drop the ball all the time. Once you realize a woman is feeling you like that, if you do anything that gives off thirsty vibes, neediness vibes, bro, it's over. It's a wrap for you. It's a wrap. Because right then and there, a woman will realize I can manipulate him. He just showed me how. And this is what you guys don't understand. See, a lot of you guys, y'all believe society and all this fluff about how women are looking for love and women are all dainty and these docile creatures. And it's not to say that women don't want love, but long before, this is what people don't understand. When you first meet people, bro, you're a long way from love. You just meet motherfuckers. There's all kinds of things that happen before you even get on the road to feeling that deeply about somebody. All kinds of shit happens between the time you meet and that point, if y'all ever get that far. So, all the shit you've ever said to her, all of the actions, all the steps you've ever taken, all of that shit paints a story about you. It paints a story. So, when we say, hold on, let me get back to the joint. Many women don't want the man who turns them on the fastest to be the man who has emotional power over them. Why? Because that man is dangerous. Not dangerous like he's going to do something fucked up to him, but dangerous because he has too much influence. When a man has a woman's mind and he's fucking her, I mean, this ain't just okay sex. It ain't just, and women, y'all know, there's a difference between a guy who's a good lover or he's adequate versus a man who's doing some shit to you that got you looking at him like, who are you? And why did you come into my life and do this to me now? Because women know, but it's not just the sex, it's the combination of that guy has them emotionally. Like that guy has them so dialed in, that guy says, go left. The woman says, I've already started going left because I already knew you wanted me to do it. Like, I don't think guys understand. See, guys can't fathom how you can meet a woman and literally almost as soon as you start having sex with her, she starts doing whatever you say. Whatever you say. Whatever you say. And I don't want to get too far into the weeds with no stories right now. I just want to stick to the script. Women avoid men they can't manipulate emotionally. Again, many women don't want the man who turns them on the fastest to be the man who has emotional power over them. Why? Because women, guys, women know those guys are a problem because women will lose control. See, here's the thing. The man who turns them on the most feels dangerous. Pay attention. And women they know what I'm saying. The man who turns them on the most feels dangerous. So there's excitement and there's caution at the same time. But the caution isn't the sex. The caution is her emotions. The excitement is the sex because they want to fuck them. See, what's happening is her body, her body is telling her yes. Her mind is telling her no. But her body, shout out to R. Kelly, is telling her yes. And that's the internal battle she's having because her body is like him, he right there. That's the motherfucker that need to be up in this. And her mind is like, girl, he dangerous, girl. He gonna fuck our world up with his fine ass. Look at him. And if he talk how he look, girl, we in trouble. And then the guy come over there and introduce himself, smelling all good, talking all fly, and she's melting, like melting. And that she's melting. And she's like, we're in trouble. This motherfucker got us. And why is that? Ladies, why is that? Because he activates the part of them they can't negotiate with, rationalize, or control. Let me say that shit again for the motherfuckers in the back. Because when guys run into that motherfucker, he activates a part of them they cannot negotiate, rationalize, or control because The guy has them here. He's hitting the bottom like a motherfucker here, long before he touches the pussy. And she's already thinking, the way he has me feeling now, if he's anything like I think he's gonna be in bed, I'm in trouble. This dude is gonna have me, he gonna fuck around and have me putting groceries in his house and and if he got kids, he's gonna have, I'm gonna be buying him shit and doing his daughter's hair and shit. That's me how I know, right? I'm just saying, right? Many women don't want the man who turns them on the fastest to be the man who has emotional power over them. Because women always, always, regardless of what the fuck they say, want some, just a little bit, semblance of control. But you got to snatch it away from him and be like, nah, baby girl, not over here. You can't. I can't let you have none. I can't let you have it. I can't let you have it. Let me also say that. Let me also say this in relation to that. See, the man who emotionally impacts them the most feels risky. See what I'm saying? What did I say and what have I been saying about sexual attraction or attraction? Attraction is a feeling. To be attracted to someone or to something is a feeling, it's an emotion. What did I say about sexual attraction? The more sexually attracted a woman is, now we're talking about lust now. And we're not talking about a woman just, see, there's a big difference between a woman saying, he's cute. I can see myself maybe having sex with him. That's not the same thing as a woman feeling like I gotta have him tonight. I want him now. I want him now. Right? I'm talking about lust. Like her body is literally aching and yearning for you. And that is a thing. That is a thing. A lot of you guys, you can't fathom how that's a real thing for women. Where literally, and R. Kelly had a song, her body's calling. Her body is calling. A woman's body will call for a certain man. Yes, it will. Peep game. A woman will be around a certain dude, right? And it's that guy. And let's say they meet at a spot or something, and I'll give you a prime example. Fuck it. I'll give you kind of a story that's happened a couple times, right? So, there's been instances I met chicks, right? And they drove in a carpool. So they were the driver and some of their girls rode in a car, right? So me and a girl, we talking, and there's sexual tension. She's about it. One problem. She drove the whip, right? So I've had instances as an example where I might tell the chick, well, look, since you got to get your girls home, go ahead and do that. You have the number. You know, if and when you're ready to make something happen, feel free to hit me up. Right? I'm not expecting to hear from her. I just said if because I'm concerned, I hit her with the digits. That's it. Right? I don't think nothing of it after that. So she might hit me about an hour and a half later. Because normally when I hit her with the digits, I'm leaving. If I try to get a chick to leave with me, I'm ready to leave. Whether she leaves or not, I'm ready to leave. I'm leaving, whether she leaves with or not. Right. When I bounce, she's thinking, damn, I don't want him to leave. Right. So an hour and a half later, she might be in her car on the phone. Hey, I'm dropping my last friend off. Does that invitation still stand? Her body is calling. Women avoid men they can't manipulate emotionally. Now, here's the thing, guys. And again, I'm gonna go back to what I said earlier. Okay, let me go back to this. Hold on, let me go back to this real quick. Many women prefer a presentation of submission, not the practice of it, which is why women avoid men they can't manipulate emotionally. See, if a woman can manipulate you emotionally, she cannot be submissive to you. Technically, you're submissive to her. Women cannot submit to men they can manipulate emotionally. Meaning, okay, and this is all women got to do. If women want to manipulate a man emotionally, All they have to do is what? Withhold sex. That's it. That's all women got to do. The moment a woman attempts to withhold sex and you agree or you go along with it, you're not that guy. You will never be that guy in her eyes. Now, she still might be sexually attracted to you. She still might like you. She still might want to be with you, but she can never completely submit to you. Why? Because you can be manipulated with sex. She can't trust you, not emotionally. She can't trust you emotionally if you can be manipulated, which is why, see, here's the thing. This is why women want to be in control with a lot of guys because they don't trust men emotionally. And I said that earlier. They don't trust men with their emotional well being or their emotional safety. So they want to watch their blind side, right? For a woman to completely let go of the wheel and let go of the desire to be the backseat driver, she has to trust that you're going to watch her blind side. Most men, most men do not present themselves in such a way to most women where most women want to do that. I'm just letting y'all know. That's why a lot of y'all stay having trouble. Okay. And a lot of times, what you're having trouble with is the woman is trying to lead and and you're not letting her have her way. See, when women are complaining in relationships, it's because you're not letting them have their way. So the women, see, a lot of times when women are fighting and arguing with you, it's because you were never the guy they wanted to submit to, which is why they're arguing to begin with. Because if you were the guy they wanted to submit to, there's nothing to argue about. There's nothing to argue about. So this is what typically happens, right? And this is the bane of a woman's existence. The majority of the men that women encounter, they're gonna seek to maintain some semblance of control. What pisses women off is when guys that they're dealing with, that they are attracted to one degree or another, when you're not him, when you're not that dangerous guy, you're not that bad boy, when you're not him and you try to act like him, that pisses women off, right? Because you're trying to act like him. And they're looking at you like, stay in your lane. You're not that guy. And don't make women remind you. Don't make women remind you. I've always been the guy, so I ain't got that problem. But my point is, if you're not that guy, some of you know what I'm talking about. I'm sure, because I got clients where women will check you and let you know, hey, buddy, don't, because if a woman has to remind you that you're not him, it's probably gonna make you feel fucked up. So, guys, this is what I would tell you. And I said this in the last video. A lot of you guys, you need to know what lane you're in. A lot of you guys, you're moving around dealing with women, and you don't know what lane you're in, and you don't know what lane the woman has you in. And the mistake that you guys make, y'all think because a woman is sexually attracted to you and that she's willing to have sex with you, you think you are in this lane of the super sexually appealing guy with a little game, and you don't understand that you're just an average guy having sex with her like any other guy, but you're not the guy that's running anything, and she ain't submitting to you. Yes, she might submit the pussy, but she ain't submitting her mind, because if she submitted her mind, she would do what the fuck you say, and you wouldn't have no issues, right? And let me just say this, and this is a fact. Whoever controls the sex has the most influence in the interaction. Women know this. I don't care what no woman says. Women know this to be a fact. And this is why women avoid men they can't manipulate emotionally. Because if a woman can't emotionally manipulate you, she can't use sex. And if you're a great lover, you're fucking the shit out of her. She's more intoxicated with the sex than you are. Guys, I don't think you understand the power of what the fuck I just said. When the woman is more intoxicated with the sex than you are, she cannot use sex against you. She can't weaponize it. A woman cannot, when a woman is intoxicated more by the sex than you are by her sex, and she knows that you know you are fucking the shit out of her, and she can't help but to say, you got it. Like you got it. Like I don't even know. You got it. She has no desire to withhold sex. And I said this, she can be mad at you and she's still gonna fuck. Because in her mind, she like, I'm not mad at that dick. I might be mad at him, but I'm not mad at his dick. And if you don't know nothing about that, get some of this game, maybe you'll find out about that. Women avoid men they can't manipulate emotionally. In closing, guys, I want to say this. I want to say this. Emotional investment, right, equals vulnerability. And vulnerability equals the possibility of loss, right? So this is why in some cases women will avoid men they can't emotionally manipulate because they become more emotionally invested than the man is. And women are afraid of that. When it comes to the men that they are most sexually attracted to, if they're actually going to deal with that guy, they are worried that they're going to be the one with all of the feelings and he has none. And they're going to be hella emotional available and he isn't. And then they're going to be the one with the boo boo end of the stick, like, why are my feelings always hurt? Right? Because they sometimes women throw caution to the wind and be like, I'm gonna go with it. And they end up falling for the guy even more. And in some cases, when they meet a guy who reminds them of that last guy they fell for, they avoid him like the plague. Why? Because the man who triggers their deepest, listen to what I'm saying, the man who triggers their deepest sexual reactions also bypasses their usual filters. He gets access to the unmanaged, uncontrolled, instinctive side of them, far beyond the polished version they want to present. Meaning, when you have the ability to make a woman obliterate that mask she's trying to wear, and you can see through her, she feels naked like she never did before. And I'm talking about here. She feels naked like he sees me. I can't play no games with him. He sees me. And once a woman realizes you can see her like really no man ever could, you're dangerous. I'm out. Like Shasta Sprite. Peace.